What up, what up, what up? What is it, September 12th? Salute, September 12th. I've been dropping videos. It's on my Rumble, Mikey Romero, one word, all lowercase except for the R from Romero. Hop on the Rumble, get you a Rumble. It's free. Get on over there. And right now, tonight, I'm about to give you some sound advice. I can't stop doing the lives over here on Facebook and tossing them over there. As far as commenting on Facebook, on your live feeds, whatever, I'm kind of like, I'm over it, all right? I did enough commenting over the last 2 years to go through a lifetime. But with that being said, I did some meditation today. I did some meditation the other day. And when I meditate, I just sit there and I think. That's all I do. You're like, oh my God, meditation. No, I don't hum. I don't do anything. I sit there on my couch or on my floor right here and I just think. And what I like to do is I like to go 20 years ahead because I'm 42 years old. So I've lived 2 cycles of 20 years. So I go, let's look ahead, Mike. Boom. And so I right now I'm 42. So I looked at myself at 62, right? And I sat there and had like a conversation with myself, in my head. I was just sitting on my couch. I was just kind of like chilling, relaxing. And I was like, what's up? And then I literally had this thing, I thought about it at 62. And me working in the service industry for so long, especially in the restaurant and the bartending industry, I've had time to see the people that they come into the restaurant, they're like, I've been married to my wife for 32 years. And they like, they like hold up the trophy and everybody's like clapping. Oh man, there you go there. And that might be good for y'all. Being the bartender, I had to actually have the conversation with that guy after about like 6 beers, and he's like, "Don't get married, don't have kids." He's jealous of my life, and sometimes they attack me. They're like, "What? You went to where? Thailand?" And they're like, the one time they went to Thailand or Southeast Asia or who knows where, Peru. They were with the military and they couldn't do nothing, and so I keep that all in mind. You got to understand. So I think about I had a conversation today with 62-year-old Mikey, right? And then like literally like I envisioned myself, being like, damn dog, you still got a full head of hair, you 40, you 42, you still got all that, you rocking all that. Look at that. You got all that going on there. Barely any gray. You put some, get a little high right here, but you take care of that. Yeah. And that ain't bad for 42. I'll take that at 42. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. Look at the rest of that, Condition that, take care of that. Teeth, a little crooked, but whatever. That's what the universe gave us. Still good. Make sure it's all good. You got to put a little money aside for the crown. Got a little credit card, whatever. Little crowns, you put a little crown of teeth. Got a couple of those. I said, man, 62-year-old Mikey came up and was like, damn, you still talking to homegirl? I was like, yep. Like, you better keep with that one. And I literally I did that today. Sometimes I do that. I just sit there and I just think. I'm like, well, what would 62-year-old Michael come back and say? What would he say? He'd be like, well, what do you got home? You got homegirl? How much you got in the account? And he like, I give him the dollar amount. He's like, don't worry. Just keep making them videos and make sure you stick with homegirl or whatever situation you got. You got some friends. That would be the question. You got some friends? Oh, okay. So you 40, 60-year-old Mikey, right? He comes to you, he's like, all right. You still talking to, what's her name? I'll be like, yeah. I'm like, oh, man, I missed that. And he's like, could you imagine, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. I'm like, all right, Mikey, let's roll with it. You know what I mean? Let's roll with it. But I got to start laughing at some things because with that being said, it's like, look how they're trying to control the narratives. Can you imagine 62-year-old Mikey is like, oh, that dude Fauci, man, he's dead. Man, that dude is dead. It's 20 years in the future, right? Can you imagine 62-year-old Mikey be like, oh, man, even Trump is dead. I like his ass, but he dead. His orange ass died, and this happened and that happened. And I'm not saying I'm giving you any kind of information, but think about it. Put yourself 20 years from now, and they still running this. Even Alex Jones is probably dead, If you want to go there, I'm not saying people are, I don't know, maybe. Really? You putting the mask on? 20 years from now, it's like, oh, yeah. I went to a store in Mexico today. I had to go, boop, temperatura normal. It's like, oh, great. My temperatura is normal. My temperature is normal. Great. Let me put this poisonous gel on my hand and wipe it on my fingers, because if you drink hand sanitizer, you will die. But it's okay to put that on your hands. It's fine. It's fine. Just put the hand sanitizer on your hand, check your temperature, because we couldn't tell the zombie as it came, because all the humans right now are just like, I could just see 62-year-old Mikey be like, remember all them zombie movies they put you on? Yeah, they had y'all just like, zombies is gonna come in the store. Be like, boop, he's a zombie. Here he is. He's a zombie. There, we got him. We checked his temperature, dude. His temperature was off. His temperatura no fue normal. Like, oh, we caught one before he came into the Calimax at the Playas Tijuana. Boop, 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 boop. And that's why I had to come out here and make some videos, because I was like, all right, man. I did the card read, the hanged man, and I had to be like, all right, so I got to entertain some people because they're at the end of the rope. And that's what the hanged man meant. And that's why in Hangman 1, I didn't want to pull the cards out because I knew I was going to go off. But the Hangman 2, I pulled the cards out and I explained to you what that actually meant. Because you hear the hanged man, you're like, oh, the hanged man, they're going to get... No. The hanged man is everybody's at the end of the rope, and I keep talking about it. But with that being said, I was watching the Alex Jones show on, and I'm always stay like a day or two behind these guys because they're just way ahead of the pack. So I was watching the War Room, September 10th, and then after I threw the dagger, he talked about, I threw it to that health minister in Australia, and then she came out and was like, the New World Order, and then it turns out Lori Lightfoot of Chicago, that Beetlejuice-looking chick, came out and said the same damn thing, because they're exposing themselves. And this is why the last video I released, I said, don't forget who makes Lucifer sweat. All right, this guy right here. He's on my 6. He's right behind me. I'm at 12. He's on my 6. Whatever. He's got my back. That's what that means. And so I'm gonna keep promoting them, because as much as you promote them, these people are promoting evil. And I'm not very religious or whatever, but I do like Archangel Michael. And so as I keep promoting them, and you see him, I got my Saint Michael right here. It's inverted, which is not very good to do that. To me, you should reinvert. But whatever. It's causing them to come out. And I've done my card readings, and I've already done this. And I told you guys I was going to pull arrows out of my quiver like Nancy Pelosi, out of my quiver. And as I continue to flaunt this, they're going to continue to flaunt themselves. And if you look at my Miley Cyrus card read, I found out in that card read that her father dipped to the dark side. Yeah, he did. Look at it. And you can see me, I was messing around because, you know, I love Miley Cyrus and the Britney Spears and these hot-ass chicas. But if you look at it, I already knew. That's how I read my profile. And I told you in a couple of videos, I'm like, I'm sorry. You guys are like, I don't have a crystal ball. Well, I do. And I do. And I saw it. Boom. And then what came after that? Lil Nas X, who is supported by who? Billy Ray Cyrus, with the red shoes and the blood and all this crap. And then Miley Cyrus went off the ham. And I hope she didn't, but she did. So, is what it is. 'Tis well, as George Washington's last words was, 'tis well, young one, 'tis well. Chink. Hey. I know y'all think the Baphomet is just hella demonic, but in that thing it says, with the light is the dark, with, you know. And I have very good friends that are been Freemasons for many years, and I don't blame them for anything, because 99% of the Freemasons I met are friggin' God-fearing, you know, Jesus loving people. But my homie, he's the tight homie. I can miss his name. He was just like, mijo, there's a light in the dark. And he like explained the Baphomet to me, like just broke it down. Like, and he was just like, I've been offered to go there, but I don't think I'll come back. So I stay with the light. And then when you hear like the sisters of the light and the brothers of the light, you understand it. You don't hear the sisters or brothers of the dark. But anyways, I don't want to go there because that's not where I want to go. I have my high-tech list right here, by the way. So I'm sticking to my script. And I want to go to... Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. With this being said, I want to talk about vindication, because I've done a lot of weird stuff in the past. I went to Hawaii. Everybody thought, oh, you're just going to Hawaii. And I went there and I burned sage, and I almost almost died in the oceans, and it was like this whole weird scenario, which I posted in the past. But like, I've done some weird things in the past, which led me to read cards, which led me to the mystic side. I am there. I mean, I literally have like, it's right. I literally have like, you know, amethyst crystals and all kinds of stuff, other crystals. I'm a mystic. You probably wouldn't know that I'm a mystic if you just met me at a bar or whatever. But I'm totally a mystic, and not in a negative way. I'm totally positive. And then when I saw these Georgia Guidestones and all this weird stuff going on, I was like, holy crap! So I had to open up and just be real and be like, all right, universe, let's do it. So I had to grab my little box of cards over here and all my stuff, and I had to get into it. And if you start looking at my card reads, you're gonna be blown away because I'm just nailing them, dude. And I'm like, Jimmy Kimmel, screw you, dog. Whap! Threw a dagger at his ass. And I'm not the only one at his ass. I already did it. I already saw what he was about. He's a sellout. He's a puppet. And he's all about his clout and his power. He's isolated. He's not chilling with Rogan. He's not doing that anymore. They're like begging for him to come back, but he's not. And then just a lot of people aren't. So that's when I woke up and I documented on Rumble, and I documented it's on YouTube, but I started documenting like, why did I read cards? And I had to wake up and realize what's going on, because I was in my own little bubble. And as I started to wake up, I started had like, who are the major influencers? And I went right after the nighttime host, and I went right after everybody like that's influencing everybody. And we're starting to see them expose themselves and just take off the veil. I mean, Kimmel's just like, screw it, dude. If you don't get the jab, you don't get to get help at the hospital. By the way, I'm 42 years old, and I can't remember the last time I've been to the hospital. Like, why are they acting like you get a cough and you just go to the hospital? Like, oh, like, you know where I go? The Walmart aisle. Like, man, this cough's been here for like 2 days. Let me get some Zicam. If that don't work, I'm gonna get some of that orange Alka-Seltzer Plus and throw that in the thing, because I still got to go to work and pay these damn bills. But I've been saying this, the trap is to get you guys to convince that you have to have like a $500,000 home, and they'll give you $5,000 to purchase it, and you all been getting ripped off. And so we see the attack, and now we're under the attack right now. And then you see how they've just captured America with debt in the banks, and now it's all coming out. All right. And then yesterday I posted a video. Was, who is the one person that the Lucifer fears? It's this guy right here. Look at his legs. Look how beautiful they are. Look how magnificent these calves are. All right. It's the Archangel Michael. And I'm not saying I'm him, but if I'm gonna rep anybody, I'm gonna rep him. That's my whole point. That's why I have the Saint Michael. I'm not saying I'm him, but did I open myself to the universe? Have I been struck with energy into the top of my head and been in deep meditations and everything, and then woken up and see this attack and talked about it a million times? Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Do I have family members that have stabbed me in the back and admitted to it, and then the next day try to stab me in the back? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Have I seen major sports stars with totally black eyes and pupils and everything? And have I seen crazy things and weird things that made me go to like search out my numerology and like there's something deeper? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've seen all that. So I'm trying to give you some sound advice. And when Mike Adams and Alex Jones kind of patted themselves on the back a little bit on September 10th, 2021, and we're like, we were right. The conspiracies, and unfortunately, they were right. And they'll admit it. And then with that being said, they're like, well, we got to figure out the next step. So they started brainstorming. I felt vindicated too, because I was like, oh my God, you have no idea. Man, I remember walking home and I was on Honolulu. I got lost. I got turned upside down. They loved me in Honolulu. And I remember I lost a shoe, and my pants were all messed up, and I'm walking home, and I'm like, I'm using like the moonlight to get home to my hotel, and I'm done. And I woke up the morning, I was face down on my bed, but I was like, I did some battling last night. And then I woke up the morning, I went to the, Honolulu Stadium, They had a swap meet. And I knew I had to do something weird, man. But I had to buy some sage, and it was the one piece of sage I found. I lit the thing right on Honolulu Island, and when I lit it, all these homeless people just jumped up and just scattered like fleas. Like they smelt it and they just scattered like fleas. Like, and I just put it right there. And then I talked to that psychic already. And I was like, this shit is this is real. That was years ago, man. So we are definitely in a spiritual warfare. And I've been in it for some time. And there's other stories I have, but I mean this was real, man. I lit that sage and I just was like, wow, this is real. But with that being said, man, I it is what it is. But now y'all can see it. But yeah, I've done some weird things and messed with some weird people. I'm not trying to like sound cool or anything. And right now we're at the point where I've been releasing videos and I will release more videos. And it's so funny that we're right here at September 16th, 2021. And we're going to be at Mexican Independence Day. And I'm releasing these videos and people still have the mask on. And it's just, but I realized I haven't been making videos because I'm like, y'all need to take we're about to be at the Independence Day of Mexico and y'all still putting the mask on, you know? But I think what it needs to happen is I need to release these videos and these people need to look at themselves and see like, what are you doing to yourself? You're doing it to yourself. And that's the evil spirit that's on us. That's the veil that needs to be lifted. And once they lift the veil, they can breathe and become themselves. With that being said, salud. Happy Independence Day, September 16th, 2021. I'll post some new videos. Probably going to post them in like little increments because I'm going to be rolling around with my GoPro camera. And then them damn things be like 3 minutes, but it takes like an hour and a half to upload. So I'm going to probably be doing like little increments, all right? Which is good because you can just watch them while you're taking a whiz or whatever you guys are doing. All right, man. Sorry I got emotional, but I mean, I did all that. So whatever. Talk to y'all later. All right. Peace out.